you've got water today. All right. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Reminder, there are no recordings during the press conference. Please make sure to silence all cell phones and electronic devices. And then when you get the mic to ask a question, give your name and affiliation. We're joined by Florida head coach Tim Walton and player Jocelyn Erickson. Keegan Rothrock will join us in a minute. We'll have an opening statement from Coach Walton and then open it up to questions for everybody since Keegan will join us in a minute. So if you have an opening statement.
First, just congratulations to Alabama. Obviously marching through regional, super regional, and getting to this point to all their seniors, just a great career. I thought we didn't do a whole lot different today. I mean, I know that the scoreboard didn't indicate that. But we didn't do a whole lot different. I thought our players played a little bit more confidence. Obviously got some better swings on pitches, got a lot more hits, but the prep was the same. Everything was the same. I think it's obviously a little bit different sometimes in elimination games than it is in winners bracket games. But I thought we did a good job, and congratulations to Jocelyn Erickson breaking a school record that stood for a long time with RBIs in a season. So congratulations to her and her teammates for getting on base. Big day.
All right, we'll open up to questions for everybody. Okay, we'll go front row left here.
Katie Wyndham with Bama Central. For Jocelyn, just when they brought in Ailey Johnson to face you, just kind of what were you thinking with her being a changeup pitcher, and how were you able to kind of time her up to hit that home run?
Yeah, I mean, we were prepared for any of their pitchers. We had faced them earlier in the season, so we knew what they threw. And she had pitched me multiple changeups already, so I was just ready to do something big for my team.
More questions? Okay, we go front row left.
Brady Vernon, Softball America. Early on, what was kind of the difference you were seeing from Keegan in the circle compared to yesterday, and maybe just how that kind of boosted her confidence early on?
Yeah, I think she just came out. She turned the page. She was hitting her spots better, more focused, more determined. It's a learning curve yesterday. It's her freshman year, so I'm really proud of her for turning the page.
We're good. Second row left.
Nick Sardis with the Oklahoman. Jocelyn, you got OU coming up, obviously your former team. What's your outlook heading into that game, and just emotionally, what do you think that's going to be like for you?
As a team, I think we're just doing the same thing that we've always done, playing the same game that we've played our whole entire lives. I think it's going to be fun, seeing some old friends. It's going to be definitely competitive, semifinals, so we're getting after it.
More questions? Okay, we go. Second row on the right here.
Hey, Jocelyn, Chris Harry, FloridaGators.com. Just what was it? Did it feel like normal? Corby's on base 4 times. You got traffic up high in the order. Did it just feel kind of more like Gator baseball or softball today?
Right, yeah, my teammates did a really good job of getting on base. That's what we've been doing all season. So, yeah, I would say more normal. And I'm really happy that they were doing that.
Right, Keegan has now joined us. We have any questions for Keegan now that she's here? Anybody? All right, we'll go second row right again. Yeah.
Keegan, what'd you have going and in the 6th inning when they had a little bit of threat going? How'd you get settled in at that point?
I think just knowing that I have a great defense behind me and getting them the outs that they need and the outs that we need to get out of the inning, I think that's the biggest thing to remember in those situations.
Right, we'll stay second row right.
Just to follow up on Jocelyn, when I asked you about the runners on base, so the last couple games that hasn't been the case. How did you all fix that, you think, to get things going a little bit more offensively?
I think we were just playing with more confidence today, trusting in each other, passing the bat. We had played this team before in season, so that helped with it as well. But I think we were just trusting each other better today.
All right. Go front row left.
For Coach Walton, I know Jocelyn just said that, y'all were prepared for all their pitchers, but were you kind of surprised to see Alabama use 3 pitchers today, or is it a team that y'all have already faced? Was it maybe a little more expected?
Yeah, we had. I actually thought Brisky was going to start today, just given some of the matchups here recently. But with a day off yesterday, everything made sense. I I'm one of those, I don't really put too much stock into what the other team does. They know their team better than I do. We just got prepared. We'd prepared for Ailey Johnson last time with a lot of film and some prep there too. And she didn't pitch against us in the series down there. But I think overall, I just give our kids credit. Jocelyn and Corby, they do as good a job as preparing. And I mean, if there's any two hitters on our team that that know the other team's pitchers and their tendencies and things like that, it's those two.
More questions? Okay. Second row right again.
For Tim, you said
Do we have any more for the players?
I was going to.
Okay. Yeah, players, I think you're good.
Tim, you said earlier that it's a little different in elimination games, the prep going in, or where you said just maybe more relaxed or whatever. Do you think maybe the desperation factor a little bit, or what do you think makes it different? What did you mean by that, really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say anything that's gonna sound negative, but Texas was really good yesterday, and they weren't playing today. I think that's the difference. To be honest with you, we came out, we were prepped, ready to go yesterday. They were just really good. They played really well yesterday, so I give them more credit than I take away from our kids. We hit some balls on the screws yesterday. I think Jocelyn Erickson's ball was hit at over 80 miles an hour to right field, makes a great play. Skylar hits one at 78. Kid makes a good play. I mean, there's a lot of things that happened well for them yesterday. We just found a way to get some hits better today. And but I don't think it really had to. It had to do with the Gators, but I think it really had to do more with the circumstances of the team who played yesterday.
All right, we'll go front row left now.
Just Jocelyn's season overall, it's really like how special is it, and just her approach at the plate and how it translates to all these RBIs.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, 84 of them. That's a ton. That's a lot of RBIs. Everything's a combination of things when you work in the preseason, just what you can do. One of the things you always consider all the way through our preseason stuff. Forget about August, but in our preseason, we didn't have her catch any doubleheaders. She's all single game stuff, trying to preserve her for this. Down the road, she's caught every game. She's caught pretty much every game from Sundays on. She's done a really good job, but it's been just fun to watch a kid like that not only has talent but has work ethic, has competitiveness, has good teammate tendencies too, where she does a good job. She doesn't, when she's getting hit, she's not more cheery and rah-rah, and when she's not getting hit, she's not more down. She's a good teammate. She handles her business well. I feel like, again, I'm obviously not her teammate, I'm her coach, but I feel like she's just a really professional softball player. She handles her business well, and it's a breath of fresh air, to be honest with you.
Okay, we'll go back to the second row on the right.
Tim, you opted for some lineup changes, and sure enough, like I mentioned to Jocelyn, you get Corby on base 4 times. Is that kind of the spark do you think you guys needed maybe going forward a little bit?
Yeah, it was Kendra's idea. So just to be honest with you, I'll give Kendra Falby credit. She just said, hey, we just got to do something different, coach. And so I give her credit for that, being able to be, mindful of the team and, understanding just we got to get on base, especially at the top, and then give Avery Gales a little credit. Comes off, hasn't had a start in a long time, and got her second postseason hit and a really nice hit, and it was just pretty cool to see, a senior like that, a good teammate, one of our leaders, just to be able to pick her team up when we needed it the most.
All right, we'll go second row left.
Can you just kind of, give your thoughts on this OU team that you're getting ready to face, and, how familiar are you with OU, and just kind of give your outlook on this game?
Yeah, I didn't even know who we were playing tomorrow, to be honest with you. So I told my team that same thing. We got one game to focus on, our opponent. I couldn't tell you even the time. We were just really, everything was poured into this game. I know they've had an outstanding season. I've got to catch them a couple times. I'm not the scouting report guru. So obviously they're very mature, very old team, very professional team. They've done a lot of really good things for the game of softball. Just the way they've just amplified everything about the sport, the professionalism. Coach Gasso obviously, has been just phenomenal for not only the softball, but the Division I softball, but also for the state, and really brought some great. There's a lot of Sooner fans in this state, obviously, they love winners, and they come out and support her and their program, and it'll be good. I'm excited for the matchup. To be honest with you, I mean, you're going to come to the College World Series and you get an opportunity to play Oklahoma. You're doing something right, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right, we now have one from Eric Lopez on Zoom.
Eric Lopez, D1 softball coach. Keegan, what did you see there in that 7th inning to close that game out like she did after dealing with that Alabama lineup?
Yeah, she did a really good job. Obviously, Eric, getting the leadoff hitter on base. She's been a thorn in everybody's side this postseason, Tennessee's included. I mean, she's just had a great postseason. But I thought her location was better in the first inning. Obviously, I'm not in that close. That's the one thing about the World Series. The dugouts are really close, but her drop ball movement was really good in the first inning, especially on Cahalan. And then she had some really good speed differentials on her rise ball. I believe it was with Giles potentially, but that was really good. Fun to see. That's Keegan Rothrock for me. Just multiple speeds, much better location than yesterday. And so just gave up a couple runs, but obviously we contributed a little bit of that too.
Any more questions for Coach Walton? All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Go Gators.